You know, something that was said in chat that I need to bring up that I love. Right now, big shout outs to Crimson Endorsement, I think his name is, saying Root is not a team, but it is a movement. That's actually kind of cool. I've never heard anyone describe a team like that, but oh my goodness. With a very early probe, maybe I'll talk about Showcraft TV after. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning here in the top left corner of the map, playing for Quantic Gaming, it's the big Protoss player, Venus.
Oh boy. You know, I feel like, you know, I don't know, after the last game, she's got a scout, and of course I'm referring to the blue player in the bottom right from Root Gaming. It is MINIGUN.
Chad Mother Flippin' Jones. Now this is, oh god, like if this gets scouted, guess what? Venus is pretty much out of it, guys. Like these are all or nothing openings. There's not a lot of macro builds that involve opening with a proxy 2 gate.
Yeah. You know, you know, it's funny because after the first game, when Venus played a relatively normal build against State, I was like, well, you know, I feel like Venus might actually be, you know, a player who can just switch it up because he went for the cheese in the second game. But this is...
Nathaniel, I want to put out 2 big things right now. First off, I think this is going to be a stalker proxy, first off. But also, we saw MINIGUN check the left side of the base, the more common location for the proxies, not the spot that Venus chose.
He's actually checked everywhere but that spot. And
oh, he's coming back.
This hurt Chad so much. It's...
Oh, he sees it. He sees it. It's on the mini-map. If Chad has eyeballs, if he has glasses on, he'll know this is happening. There we go. Another gateway coming down in response, but it's only one.
You know what, though? He actually can't get his probes on that pylon. Or if he could, he wouldn't get a full surround. So there's no stopping this Zealot. Chad, looks like he actually cancels.
Yeah, because he saw the 1 gate. And you can hold off 1 gate with 1 gate. That's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not anything like a 2 gate, and behind this, there's still the gas being mined for Venus. So you can get a cybernetics core at some point if he really wants to. But I feel like for now, it's going to be a little bit of a micro battle. Just a couple seconds before Chad's Zealot comes out, so maybe he'll get a probe, but I don't... Yeah, he's not... Yeah, MINIGUN seems to be microing reasonably well versus this. No losses yet, and he's got his own Zealot. I feel like that's it. He's matched him Zealot for Zealot. The second one is about to pop out, though. Yeah,
he's always going to be slightly ahead. This is where the chronos are being spent. And MINIGUN... probes, it's not like Marines, it's not like Zerglings. You can't really pull workers to deal with Zealots.
No, you cannot. Every Terran learns that the hard way.
Okay.
But he's getting on this pylon.
Oh, I love
he's
this.
Trying to get something, but
he's trying to get the positioning. Yeah, so it's only 1 at a time. But now it's 3 to 1 Zealots. The Stalker's coming out, and the Zealot's coming out. The Stalker could come out next. Mothership Core comes out first, but he is supply block now.
The Mothership Core is so nice to have, though. No matter how long this goes on, at least he's going to be doing guaranteed damage to whittle them down. But
nice
probes get us around. One more Zealot taken out. Micros away the weak probes. Fantastic moves from MINIGUN. Still loses another 1 or 2, so he's killed 2 probes so far. MINIGUN down 2 probes. But this Mothership Core, I feel, is going to help give him the edge in these 1v1 fights. And now MINIGUN is taking out all the Zealots. There's 1 more being produced by Venus. I don't really think it's going to be able to do that much. He's going for the pylon.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do much. When he takes out the pylon, if he could have stopped that Zealot building, that would have been huge. He's going to lose his Zealot again. That kind of sucks. But again, there's nothing coming out of this. The Stalker now coming out, but so is the one for MINIGUN. So the Mothership Core is only going to be in danger temporarily.
Yeah, and he's actually getting dangerously close to
MINIGUN is not microing his probes right now. Oh my god, he actually lost 1. 2 now to that Zealot.
Very nice catch.
Oh, can he get
his Stalker does finish. Very nice for Venus. Very nice that Stalker finishes. He does have a gateway back at home. He's actually moving up to 2 gateways. And there's only 1 gateway for MINIGUN. So this is kind of weird. He's killed off 4 probes total. And Venus has the economic lead. Which is, it feels so weird to say that.
Because he went for the proxy, but the reality is he didn't invest all into the proxy. And although I made a joke saying there's not a lot of macro builds that involve proxies, well, I guess this is one of them. Because Venus, he came home immediately. We never saw the second game. He didn't even try and, like, before the first one was even finished, that probe was long gone. So I think his goal with this, more than anything else, aside from causing damage, was just to bait more out of MINIGUN. But MINIGUN didn't fall for that, and that's what I kind of really like. You know, he canceled that second gateway. He didn't overreact. And yes, he suffered for it a little bit, but, I mean, that's what Venus wanted.
Yeah. It's weird that you make that kind of investment where it's like, yes, it's a proxy, but I'm not all in. I don't know. That's going to be on my mind for a little bit, but MINIGUN looks like he wants to expand straight behind this.
Well, I mean, even just looking at, like, purely objectively, you don't know a lot about the game. It's low cost for pretty decent reward. Not high reward, but decent enough to warrant it. So kind of a cool opening to just kind of screw with Minigun if nothing else, because you bet Minigun's pissed after seeing that. Maybe not nerd rage pissed, but you know, you're not happy about it.
Yeah, well, look what he's doing as the follow-up here. He's gonna straight up 4-gate him. He's getting a robo.
He saw the pylon. Why is he not killing? Minigun, use your stalkers. They're right there.
He needs to kill that pylon immediately. This 4-gate transition, and I guess the only reason he's getting a forge is for the very, very, very slim possibility that there is some sort of DT follow-up. But
oh god,
Minigun, I feel like expanding. This is about as bad as he can get. He does have 3 sentries. He theoretically could warp it a 4th. There's no way he keeps the Nexus. He sees the Stalkers coming. He has the force field, so he should be able to hold his opponent away. But this is still going to be really difficult. He's actually going down the ramp. I don't think he can fight this. There's so many Stalkers here, and there's no Zealots to tank.
You know, if the Nexus was already done, he could overcharge it, and this would actually be pretty good. Oh, nice! Catches 2 of the Stalkers.
Great play there, and you bring up a fantastic point. He's not going to be able to he still can't get into the main because there's force field, but that Nexus, he's bought in time. With the Nexus done, he can push and overcharge it, and if he goes up this ramp, he's just going to get force fielded in half again. He's just going to try to focus down that Nexus as fast as possible, I think.
There's the overcharge popped off. I mean, the Nexus is still probably going to go down, but it's going to take out at least 2 Stalkers, but then maybe the Mothership Core. Actually, Venus might run back to those Stalkers, but there goes that Mothership Core, so no recalls, no time warps.
Oh, he gets the Sentry. There's only 1 Sentry left, just enough energy for a single force field. I don't think he wants the Nexus anymore. He's just going to wait for that to just basically run out the force fields, I guess. There's an Immortal out, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's got the Immortal out. It's not exactly gonna win the game, but another great force field segments off the army, and Venus is, oh man, he's falling so fast. This 1 Immortal.
Yeah, he's losing quite a bit, and this position just gets better and better for Minigun as time goes on because he has that Nexus.
Well, that was the last overcharge, though. Let's not forget, there's not gonna be another one for quite some time.
Yeah. Once it wears off, that's pretty much it. But I feel like he has enough time, though. He has a second Immortal on the way out, and once, just versus straight up 4-gate, I feel like he will have enough time to sort of even out this weird numbers game. But Venus is fully committed. I guess once the overcharge is gone, he's just going to go completely in.
If Minigun can play it cool, if he can get that third Immortal on the field, that's when you start one-shotting the Stalkers. And that's when it really goes in the favor of you. But right now with 2 Stalkers, sadly, they're still susceptible to this crazy Zealot count that Venus has. I mean, Minigun has not won this just yet, but he's holding nicely.
Yeah, I like that Venus is trying to go for these pokings. He forces a cancel on a pylon. He's still hurting the Nexus, keeping the shields low. And actually gets some decent force field. This Immortal from Minigun has, it's really dangerous for it to go down the ramp because he's on top of the ramp. And he's just going to go right up there and jump on it. Will take out one of those Stalkers, but loses that Immortal. The Time Warp gets activated to keep the Sentry, to keep the Zealots from retreating, but more Stalkers coming in for Venus. He has actually a really nice position here. Not all of Minigun's units able to fire at once. And Venus, he's just going for it. That Nexus is going to die.
So does the Mothership Core, and with it, so do the hopes of Minigun. This is Protoss for you, Nathaniel.
Oh man, the Immortal does come down from the main base.
The Zealots
tries
are
to
already on
focus
top
the
of
Stalkers,
it.
but those Zealots are everywhere. Fantastic control from Venus. He actually blocks them off. He cannot get the Immortal to those Stalkers. And Venus, that's it. He's taking a 3-0 lead over Root.
What is happening?
Who is this guy?
Well, you know what? If he's not in the A team, he better be after this. I mean, jeez.
I don't know. I've never seen Venus play, and he's like 3-0'd now against
I'm in the same boat. Like, the names I saw from that list, Huangson, Hyun, Fog, like, those are the names that I thought would be the all-stars of the team. But even if he gets knocked out at this point, he's done half the work. He's done over half the work.
Yeah. I don't even know, man. That's crazy. It's the best of 9. It's like these two. There's only 2 players left. It's just yeah, it's just Puck and
Succeed.
Puck and Succeed.
Well, we got to figure out what map he goes with next. You know what? I feel a little bad there. We didn't really get to talk about Showcraft the way I wanted to. So Scumbag freaking Venus, quit proxy gating so we can talk about the sponsor of the event, please.
Yeah. Apparently, Fog from Quantic in the chat says that he is on the A team.
Oh, he is. Okay.
And apparently he was a former TSL player. So he's actually a really good Korean, it seems.
That you and I don't know, which is kind of funny because I think I've got about half of Europe and most of North America covered, and I would assume you've got the gaps filled that I don't, but neither of us have cast or heard this guy before.
I don't know when they picked him up. I have no idea when they picked him up, but apparently he was on TSL, I guess, not one of the more known players. He actually didn't have any results in the 3 years that he spent on the team. But yeah, he is with Quantic now. And damn.
Well,
this is
pretty good early results for the team. I mean,
yeah.
well, we're still waiting to find out what the next player on the next map will be. I can completely understand that Rue wants to take their time.